Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We'll be starting our health talk at maybe 2:05 p.m. but we'll let more participants to join us for today's health talk. So meanwhile, please relax and just grab a cup of coffee or tea if required. See ya in a short while.
Felicia, so we will wait until 2 o'clock, then we will start officially lah. You just let us know when we want to start.
Okay, can. But you all are going live already, right? Or you want to start?
Okay, I testing something. We can start the live feed first.
Oh, okay, can. Thanks. And sorry, Radimas, I can help me to allow co-host for Ewan and Amira SGH. Thank you. good afternoon, everyone. We will be starting our health talk in about 4 minutes time. So do give us a short while more so that we can have more participants to join us for today's health talk on let's help Kaki to quit the stick. Okay, we catch you in a short while.
有没有 translate？ 没有 translate 啊？
今天是英文讲座耶。
就没有
OK 吗
translate 啊
，Madam Tan？
可以啦，我
可以呀
听罢了啦哈。
可以，你先今天听英文的，等你先
Yeah.
学一点，那下个拜一我们再重复的
OK
中文版。
OK
可以呀。
OK， 谢谢你 ，Thank you
好，
very
不客
much，Thank you，
气。
Yeah，Thank you。
你好，又看到你了，
哎，又看到了，对了，
好吗？
好，你是哪一位？
欧阳，
欧阳啊？
我只是在这个手机看到你而已。
哦，这样哈，很好，很好，很好，谢谢你啊。
谢谢你，看到你很开心哦。
一样，大家开心哦。
好。
没有声音呢。Hello，
Hello，
来了。
对，Madam Tan，我们多2分钟才开始今天的讲座，好不好？再给多一点人。
Sorry，
不好意思，我刚才忘记你听不懂英语。所以我们2点05分。
我没有听见你们讲话。
OK， 我们看在2点0，我们多1分钟开始今天的讲座。
好，很好，谢谢。
好，
今天谈的是戒烟是吗？
对，今天是戒烟，可是是in English，so for 中文的是在下个拜一7月10号。
OK， 好，谢谢。
不客气。跟我们
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We shall begin the talk today. Hi. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Amira, and I'm from SGH Community Nurse. I'm joined here with Nurse Ewan. And today's topic, right, we'll be talking about how to quit smoking lah. Okay. Okay, here is the content of today's talk. We're going to discuss on the prevalence of tobacco use in Singapore and why smoking is bad for your health. The health benefits when you start to quit smoking. What is second-hand smoke or environmental tobacco smoke, and the common barriers that will keep you or may keep you from quitting smoking lah. And how we begin to quit smoke and some tips to help you along the way. And also we will share some useful resources to help you with it. Okay, so in the prevalence of tobacco use in Singapore, right? There has been a steady decline in Singapore recently, the numbers, from 13.9, which is in 2010, to 10.1% in 2020. This is a significant drop that was done by the National Population Health Survey in 2020. And this was resulted by multiple interventions that was put in place in Singapore to make awareness of the tobacco use and quit smoking lah. So why is smoking bad, right? People keep saying to you, doctors tell you, the nurses will always tell you, smoking is bad for you. But why is it? And it's an often heard phrase for a good reason lah. This habit in Singapore, right, is actually one of the main causes of death in Singapore, but it's actually also one of the more preventable cause of death in the world. The harmful effects of the tobacco use are actually very well documented in numerous studies over the years, and tobacco use harms almost every organ of your body. As shown in the figure, if you see in the slides, if you see, it can affect all types of organs, from your larynx all the way to your bladder as well. Okay, and then a study in 2013, right, actually showed that people aged between 18 to 69, smokers were 1.3 times more likely to get cancer than those who are ex-smokers or non-smokers. And smoking tobacco actually contributes to several different types of cancer, including the lung cancer, oral cancer, and nasopharynx cancer, which is related to your nose and throat lah. And smoking tobacco also affects increases your risk of having heart diseases, stroke, diabetes, kidney failures, and it also affects pregnant women who smokes are likely to experience premature and underweight birth. And on an average, right, in Singapore, a smoker can actually die 14 years prematurely because of tobacco-related diseases as compared to a non-smoker. Okay. So here you see is the timeline of how when you start quitting smoke, when you start to quit the smoking, right, how it affects your body and how it benefits. Okay, actually, if you see within 8 hours, the carbon monoxide level in your body actually decreases, and the oxygen levels also increase to normal. And then within a year, you can the risk of smoke-related heart attack actually reduces by half, by 50%, which is very significant in reducing mortality lah, right? And then within 15 years of quit smoking, your risk of heart attack and stroke is equal to a person who has never smoked. So this is very significant lah. And then it applies, all this benefit applies to all sorts of ages, including those who quit at an older age as well. For example, a healthy man who's aged within 60 to 64, right, but and smokes a pack of cigarettes for more than a day, reduces his risk of dying from tobacco-related diseases by 10% for the next 15 years if he quits the tobacco use. After 10 years of the abstinence from tobacco, his risk of lung cancer can also be reduced by about 30 to 50%. this risk continues to decline with further abstinence from the tobacco use. Also, for those who have pre-existing medical conditions such as ischemic heart disease, right? Quitting tobacco use is associated with a substantial reduction in risk of mortality. So this risk is reduced by approximately about 36%, which is a greater compared to other secondary preventive interventions such as lowering cholesterol and other interventions as well. Furthermore, pregnant women who quit tobacco use before the second trimester of pregnancy, right, can actually reduce their risk of having low birth weight baby to that of a woman who has never smoked. And stop smoking also shows the rate of loss or slows down the rate of loss of the lung capacity in chronic airways diseases. Okay, so what is second-hand smoking, and what is this second-hand smoking, environmental tobacco smoke? Actually, when you smoke the cigarette, right, the cigarette produces two types of smoke. The first type of smoke is called mainstream smoke, which means like when you are being inhaled, when the smoke is being inhaled by the smoker and then exhale back out into the air. That's the one type of smoke. And then the other type of smoke that is produced is the side stream smoke, which is the smoke that is from the burning tip of the cigarettes, which goes directly into the air that we breathe. And these are the two types of smoke that contributes to what we call environmental tobacco smoke. And 85 of 90% of this is what ends up in the air. And then a person who is exposed to this ETS, which is environmental tobacco smoke, is at risk of developing health conditions similar to those who faced by the smoker. So this is what we call second-hand smoking. Okay, and how does this affect the children and the older adults specifically? It's because the children have children and older adults, right, who are frail with pre-existing conditions, medical conditions, might have more susceptible to develop lower respiratory tract infections due to their poor immune system, and this may cause them fatality and severity of their symptoms, and it may cause mortality, okay. And there are higher chance of them getting middle ear infections as well. There's also increased susceptibility to wheezing and severe symptoms of asthma. And for children, they may impair and reduce the lung growth and function. And they may also affect you to get more cough and flu and fever and colds, and which will affect their later life in sorry, excuse me. Yeah, which will affect in their later life. And then they also might have a higher chance of eye and nose irritation as well. So protect your family from secondhand smoking. Try not to allow anyone to smoke anywhere in or near your home if possible. Smoking in the car is also not advisable, even with the windows down. And teach your children to stay away from secondhand smoking. And if you are the smoker yourself, do start to think about quitting smoking. And what are some of the common barriers that would keep you from to quit smoke? Okay, so let's discuss some of the common barriers. Yeah. Okay, the first statement that I usually hear from some residents is that because they have been smoking for a very long years, very many years. They say that quitting won't help me. And do you think this is true? Can anybody guess whether, do you think this statement is true, whether quitting won't stop you from smoking at all? I mean, from...
It's just an excuse.
Yeah, so these are some common things that some residents may say lah, because they're so used to smoking for many years. So they say it won't help me anyway since I already smoked so many years. But as I said in my earlier slides about the benefits of smoking, right? Quitting smoking. So it is beneficial for everyone of all ages to start quitting smoke at, even though they are at an older age lah. Okay, then and the sooner you quit, the sooner your health can improve. Yeah, and you may lower the chances of mortality as well. Okay, second statement, I always hear, like they think smoking a few cigarettes a day is no big deal lah. No problem, no problem, can. Do you think this is right?
Not right.
Not right. That's right. This smoking in all forms is actually is bad for your health. As I said earlier, why it's bad for you, your doctors will definitely say it's all bad for you because it harms your body, it harms your organs, and it increases risk of diseases that you can actually prevent from getting. Yeah. So there are no safe numbers of cigarette that you can smoke, basically. Okay, and then the third statement that we hear, smoking is relaxing and it improves the mood. In certain, to a certain extent, smoking may improve the mood because of the nicotine that is inside the cigarette lah. However, because the smoking consists of a lot of other contains the molecules, toxicity, which harms your body, it defeats the purpose more than help you. So, and there are other ways of relaxing and improving your mood instead of just instead of relying on to smoking lah. Okay. So and then there are also these statements where they say hand-rolled cigarettes are safer options. This is not true at all because they have studies being found that the levels of chemical and toxic molecules in the urine samples of smokers, right, of both factory-made cigarettes and hand-rolled cigarettes are actually deemed to be the same lah. So it's not a safer options at all. Okay, and then there's another statement to say that if I stop smoking, I will gain weight. Actually, this is true in a way because when you start to stop smoking, your appetite actually, your sense of taste and smell actually improves, which also improves the appetite. And then therefore, you do gain weight if you do not adhere to a healthy diet and of course regular exercises lah. Right, so this all comes hand in hand. Okay, so I will pass now to my colleague on how to share how to quit.
Sorry, Ewan, you are a bit muffled, or we can't really hear. It's very, very soft, like 10%.
better this way?
Yes, but we have a bit of echo.
Just a minute. Is it
Yes,
better?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, can.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so thank you, Amira, for a very insightful sharing. So now, right, I'll be sharing on various ways to quit smoking. So if you or your loved one happen to try to quit smoking, you can actually take this few pointer as a consideration to start off your quitting smoking journey. Yeah. So hold on. Okay, so the quitting methods, right, involve these five very common way of quitting smoking. So the first one, right, is gradually reduction. So there are people who are ready to quit smoking. However, they are not ready to actually accept the withdrawal symptom. So gradual reduction methods actually works well for this group of people. So instead of one shot you stop smoking, you can actually go for reducing your cigarettes day by day. For instance, if you are a smoker who smokes 10 cigarettes a day, you can consider day 1 you can decrease to 2 stick down, then subsequently day 2 another 2 stick down, eventually meeting your target of 0 sticks on that week itself. So actually gradual reductions, right, it can help us our body dependency on the cigarettes and actually help us to actually quit smoking. The attempt will make it more easier for us to become successful in quitting. So the second method is actually cold turkey. Okay, so cold turkey, I believe some of you might have heard before. It is for smokers who are very ready to quit smoking. Why do I say so? Because cold turkey, right, is for smokers who are ready and on the particular day itself that they have said they will completely stop smoking, throw away everything that is related to smoking, and from the day onwards they were ready to accept all the side effects that the withdrawal symptom that will face along the way. So if you are someone who has successfully quit smoking before, and because of certain reason you went back to smoking, so cold turkey might work successfully for this group of people. Okay. So the third method is to seek professional help from smoking cessation counselor. So they are a group of people who are ready to quit smoking, but however, they don't know how to start with. So there are smoking cessation counselor available outside. So you can actually approach them. Then they will actually assess your level of addiction. And also they will customize a quick plan for you and also according to your needs and offer you some useful advice and support along the way. So with the help of this smoking cessation counselor, right, you are actually likely 4 times more likely to quit smoking successfully. So with the combination of the professional advice, right, and also other methods, right, you can actually find yourself more easier to quit smoking. So the fourth one will be nicotine replacement therapy. Okay, so nicotine replacement therapy, they comes in different various ways. We have lozenges, we have inhaler, we have gum, we also have skin patches. So this nicotine replacement therapy, right, they actually help us to release a small amount of nicotine into our body to actually counter the craving and also relieve the withdrawal symptoms. So this can actually help the smoker who wants to smoke to actually cope with their day-to-day routine. Okay, so nicotine replacement therapy, one good thing about it is widely available in all pharmacies in Singapore, and they do not require a prescription to actually purchase it. So smokers can actually consider this nicotine replacement therapy. Last but not least, we do have medicine that is nicotine-free that can work by boosting the level of chemistry messengers into our brain. But however, right, this prescription will require a doctor to actually prescribe for the smokers in order to get it. So if today you are actually following up with doctors for your chronic disease management or other disease and you're ready to quit smoking, you can actually approach your doctors to actually find out more about these medications. Okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, so quitting smoking is like going to a wall. It's very, very hard, right? So I'm going to provide some tips, right, to help and also help you out along the way to see how can you quit smoking, you or your loved one to quit smoking successfully. So number one, right, old habit actually dies hard. So it is important in order for your old habit to completely be removed in your life, right, you have to find a new habit to substitute it. So when I say this, right, for instance,
if in a certain days in your life, right, you automatically will have this urge to reach out for a cigarette at a certain place, certain time, or even around certain people, right, then it is for you to find a new habit to replace them. So for instance, if you know that you walk past this certain road every day and there's a lot of people smoking, right, then change a new habit, walk another way that actually reduce your stimulation to want to quit smoking, to want to go for the smoke. Okay, so second is to establish an official quit date with your buddy. So let's say today you actually decided I want to quit smoking. Okay, I'll look into the calendar and I'll say, okay, next week, Tuesday, I shall start my quitting journey. So do a good plan, and on the day itself that you plan, you can actually start your quitting journey. So how do we do by that? So this is a step-by-step quick plan that you can actually improvise during your quitting journey. Okay, it is very, very important to find out and figure out why you smoke. Is it a habit, something that you need to do everything? Is it in your mind? For instance, when I'm nervous, I must have a cigarette. Or is it an addiction that you cannot live without it? You tend to have the thinking, if I don't smoke, I will die. This is very common that we heard from most of the elderly. So you need to figure out why you smoke. Secondly, right, you have to write down the reason of why you need to quit smoking. A lot of people quit smoking for various reasons. Sometimes quit smoking is for their own health because of their chronic disease. Sometimes it's because of your loved one, like your grandchildren, your children, or even your spouse. So it's important to actually write down the reason, paste it somewhere that you can actually remind yourself every day so that it will keep you motivated throughout your quitting journey. So third, it's very important to find a quitting method that suits you. So like I mentioned earlier on, not all quitting methods suit everyone. So it is important to try and never give up. So once you found the right quitting method, just work hard on it, keep yourself motivated, and eventually you will find yourself successfully in quitting your cigarettes. Number 4, as I mentioned, set a quick date. So look into the calendar, find a week that you maybe say don't have a lot of workload, it's not a very stressful period, and mark out a date that says, okay, today will be the date that I shall quit smoking. So on the day onwards, give yourself a period of time and work towards your aim. Last but not least, tell your loved one or your buddies or your friends that you are trying to quit smoking, so they can actually provide you with emotional support as well as support you along the quitting journey. Okay, number 2, right, it's important to gear up to quit smoking. When I mean gear up to quit smoking means if the day you have decided that today will be the day that I shall quit smoking, throw away everything that's related to smoking. For instance, your lighter, your ashtray, or even your cigarette pack. Make it known to everyone, that includes your loved one, your colleague, or even your friends, that you are quitting smoking. So let's say if you're in the office, just put out a no smoking sign in a visible place, or at your home, be it your fridge, your door, or wherever, just to constantly remind you that you are working hard towards the no smoking journey. Okay, so let the cheerleading begin. So it is important that if let's say you have friends who wants to quit smoking together with you, buddy up so that you won't feel so lonely, and form a support group. So along the way, right, when you feel like you need a little bit more motivations, or you feel like you cannot move on, so it is important to include people who are quitting together with you to actually motivate you further. We do have support group outside that went through all the quitting journey. They are there to support you as well. I will elaborate this later on. So secondly is plan for outdoor activity together, and if let's say you're able to quit smoking successfully for 7 days, reward yourself with some good treats. Tell yourself you have did it so far, 7 days. So treat yourself well, and then for another milestone of 14 days, treat yourself well by going to somewhere that is nice, like outdoor cycling, something. They keep yourself motivated. Okay, so this is actually the most difficult part that all smokers experience when they try to quit smoking. That is the tackling with the withdrawal symptom. So these are the very common symptoms that actually all the smokers will experience when they try to quit smoking. So number 1 is the difficulty in concentrating at work. Yes, because if you suddenly take away something that you are doing every day, right? So it will make you feel very, very frustrated. So what should you do when you are actually having difficulty concentrating? So withdraw yourself from something that you feel you are stressful with. Go outside, take a break, drink on something nice, try to sniff on a peppermint oil or essential oil that can actually make you relax, make your body give your body time to actually adjust back the stimulation, the lack of stimulations from the nicotine, and go back to your work. Okay, it is common to feel irritated also. So as I mentioned, if you're doing something and this something actually makes you feel very irritated, then stop for a while, go out, take a deep breath, relax yourself. Let's say after you end work or over the weekend, just go ahead and catch a good movie, a comedy, something that can make you feel happy and feel relaxed. Okay, having headache is also very, very common. So because our body is getting extra oxygen now and less of the carbon monoxide, so it is important to get yourself rest well, enough sleep. So if let's say in a bright room, you feel that, oh, my headache is very, very bad, it's stimulating a lot, just go to a room, inside your room. You can actually close the window, roll down your curtains, stay inside a quiet and relaxed environment. Try to make your mind relax. And after, when you feel like you're more relaxed, then you go back to do whatever you are actually doing before that. So it is also normal to feel tired. So it's important, as mentioned, get enough sleep, as well as try to increase your physical activity. Go for a small brisk walk or even a slow run to build out your energy. Okay, some of the smokers who actually try to quit smoking, they are experiencing from this prolonged cough. So it is normal, but don't worry, just on and off sip some warm water. So you can actually go to the pharmacy also to buy some sugar-free cough drops. So if you feel like the cough is actually irritating you, right, just stuck onto the cough drop. Yeah, so last but not least, as mentioned by Amira earlier on, it is very normal to feel hunger and also thirst while quitting smoking because your appetites are actually building up. So you can actually prepare some healthy snacks, for instance, those baked nuts or fruits or even dark chocolates, so that you can munch on as and when you feel hungry. So drink a lot of water. If let's say water don't satisfy you, then you can actually go for some whole tea or even black coffee or fruit juice with minimal, don't drink so much, yeah, to actually satisfy your craving. Okay, so how to overcome the urge to smoke? So these are the 4 very important points. So go for the distractions strategies. So there are people who, as I mentioned earlier on, smoking is out of their habit. So sometimes they might say that, oh, after my lunch, I must go to smoke so that I can digest. Very common, I hear from those aunties and uncles outside in the market. So it is not necessarily have to be this way. So if you're on your journey to quit smoking, you can always remember replace your smoke break, right, with different activity. So for instance, instead of you need a path to digest, how about you can walk from the market back to your office? Yes. So these are actually can help you to distract your mind for wanting to smoke. So second thing is use the delay strategies. So what I mean by delay strategies is try to stall for time. Say let's say I have this very urge, I want this strong urge that I want to smoke. So you just put onto some sweets or some candies, make yourself drag for a longer time for the craving. So eventually you will overcome your urge to want to smoke. So the third one is to do deep breathing exercise. Actually, deep breathing exercise has proven that it can actually help us to relax our body and also our mind, so that we can actually concentrate on our mind, and we can focus more on whatever we are doing. And this deep breathing exercise does not need to be a particular place or whatever. You can do it anywhere whenever you need it. So last but not least, drink water. So it is important to keep yourself hydrated, sip slowly to keep your mouth and your hand busy. So whenever you feel like, wow, I got craving, so instead of you going to reach out for your cigarettes, right, reach out for your cups instead. So just sip water, make sure that your mouth is constantly there's something hydrating yourself, so that you can actually remove the urge to smoke from yourself. Okay. This is actually a very, I feel that it's a very successful pointer, because most of our patients, right, they will have this transparent piggy bank. So they will say, okay, if a packet of cigarette is $16.90, I will take out the $16.90 from my bank and put it into this transparent piggy bank. So let them see it in the cash. Let's say, example, right, you are a smoker who buys cigarettes every 1 week, maybe you buy twice. So imagine that $16.90 times 2, that's about how much? $30+. So see in the cash, you were like, wow, I saw my saving increasing, and use the money at the end of the day, reward yourself with good food, or even you can use the money to actually bring your family out for a good meal. So sometimes, right, this way of saving up money can actually serve you like a very great motivator. So that's why a lot of elderly actually do it this way. At the end of the day, they actually feel very, very happy and very fulfilling because they see their effort turn into cash. Yeah. So okay. This is something that is actually catching attention nowadays. So have you guys ever seen an e-cigarette before? I haven't been really seeing elderly into e-cigarette, but I'm actually seeing a lot of youngsters using e-cigarettes. You know, those very fanciful lighting colored of e-cigarettes. Okay, do know that e-cigarettes, they are also cigarettes. They are not risk-free as they also deliver nicotine into our body. So if you happen to walk to train station nowadays, or even the bus stop, right, you can actually see that there's a lot of posters actually declaring that e-cigarettes, what's their harmful, how harmful they can cause to our body, or that. So WHO, the World Health Organization, has also declared that e-cigarettes are undoubtedly helpful to our health as well, and they are not safer alternatives to regular cigarettes. So do note that be it the cigarettes, the one that you hold on your hand, or the one in the e-cigarettes, are equally harmful and actually can cause a significant damage to our human body. So yeah, don't go into the e-cigarette as well. Yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, right, quitting smoking can be very tedious, can be very hard, but do know that you are not alone. So in SGH itself, right, we have a smoking cessation service in our SGH pharmacy, which is located at Block 4, Level 1. So if let's say you happen to follow up here, or your loved one happens to follow up here, do pop by, let them know, see how the pharmacy can help you. So this is the second program which I actually strongly recommend is the I Quit program. So this is an initiative under Health Promotion Board. So in this I Quit program, they include counselor. They also have this support group. They are actually smokers who has successfully quit smoking. So in this program, right, the counselor will actually help to customize a 28-day customized quit journey for you based on your level of addiction, and also which way works for you best. So this hotline is actually 24 hours. They have different language. So along the way, if you feel like I need a bit of motivation to move on and I don't know how to begin with, the quick line is always available there. And whenever you call in, there's actually a counselor that can help you and also motivate you further in your quitting journey. Yeah. So with that, we have come to the end of our talk. So this is our Health Talk feedback form. So if you have any feedback for us, you can actually help us to fill out this part. So the next week Health Talk, right, will be the Chinese, the Mandarin version of this quit smoking. So if you have friends or relatives who are keen to quit smoking yeah, in Mandarin, so can ask them to join in. Thank you so much. So now is our question time. Anyone have any questions?
Hi, I am curious. I hope that my question is not appropriate. I curious. How come people start to smoke even they know the harmful effect on the body? Thank you.
Oh, so let me rephrase. You are actually referring that you are wondering why, despite people know that smoking is not good for their health, but they still continue to smoke, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So as I mentioned earlier on,
sorry, start.
Yes.
Start. Why they start to smoke? Is it because of the friends, companies, influence?
Yeah, yes, you're right. So actually, right, certain people go into smoking, right, is because of peer influence, like the working environment. So you realize like some people who works in the maybe say construction site, yeah, most of them smoke, right? So in order to actually blend in, so some of them will actually say, okay, let's have a stick. Yeah, so some of it is like out of habit. You actually tried once and you were like, I feel lighter after I smoke. So that's where the habits start building up, and then it's like one stick, and then one stick, eventually one pack, eventually, yeah, non-stop. So I do believe that people knows the bad benefit of smoking, but it's just implant in their mind. They cannot remove it. Yeah.
If you don't mind, I share something.
Yes, please.
When I was very young, my stepmother smoked, but those are not very strong cigarettes. And my dad now also smoke. They call it churut. I don't know, the Indian like cigarette, but even stronger. But thank God, my siblings all don't smoke. There's one time when I was still very young, like brother tried no, and I was worried. I looked at him, but at last he didn't smoke. Up to now, we are quite elderly already. But maybe I'm busy, but because I just maybe from young on I heard many bad things about smoking. Sometimes I always go for exercise. I see people they exercise, but they will take a rest like that and smoke. I'm sometimes I of course I look at them not so fierce. So I dare to tell them, hey, why you smoke? You come to exercise for good health. Then those are friendly ones. Normally they will smile and they seem like they know about what to do. So they carry on. So this is why I want to listen more about smoking. Thank you. Is it no effect to as a stranger just tell you, hey, no smoking? But it seems like they already knew it well.
I will believe that you can remind them, but maybe if you go directly to someone and tell them, hey, why are you smoking when you are supposed to exercising? So some of them might get offended So maybe you can maybe just remind them like you might want to not smoke here. Yeah, because some people might take it, like it is already their habit, and maybe say it is something that they will do every day. So maybe they won't really like someone to directly go and pin finger on them and say, hey, don't smoke or that. Yeah. So maybe you can just remind your friends or your family, someone who you are closer to. Yeah.
Don't know why. And then but normally they are quite friendly. But that's one time I saw two, I think they are foreign workers. At first he one said the one spoke was smoking. He said like he wanted to know why I tell him. But when I tell him for your good health, normally when you tell them for your good health, their expression like a softer person. Yes, I think I better stop a bit because I when I tell them before I look at them, see how not anyhow go approach people might be very offensive to them.
But thank you so much for pointing out to them. I believe they will appreciate really, really.
But your first percentage lowering lower so much. Good Singapore. In Singapore, good, very good. About 3% is really good.
Yes, correct. And we hope that they will continue to lower down with the new measures that is in place. And the more people join this sort of health talk, right, the more awareness they get about the benefits of quitting smoking, perhaps it will lower down the percentage a bit more, hopefully. Is there any other questions before we end the session?
Okay, thank you, Ewan and Izzy, for the sharing. Perhaps while waiting in for more questions, I think we have a bit of time. Maybe we get Radima's team to actually share the QR code for you to actually scan in to earn your passion points. And also, I think just now Christina was sharing about the root that she was saying her parents was using. So I think Sister Irene actually also shared that it's actually a cigar itself. So I think it's the taste and the scent is actually a lot stronger than a normal cigarette itself also. Sorry, Radima's team colleague, are you around? Yes, okay. So for those who want to earn your passion points, please take out your phone and you can scan the QR code. So do we have any like real life example here who previously you're actually smoking and you actually quit, or anyone of you are brave enough to share that, hey, I'm actually trying to quit now? Anyone here who's a past smoker and has actually successfully quit or trying their best, or your loved one is also, you're helping them quitting smoking? Have I? Raymond, I see you nodding your head. I don't have. Okay. Or your
Hi, I'm Sister Irene. Can I share?
Yes, definitely, sister. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think majority of us are non-smokers, right? Judging at the audience for this talk, but I think what Christina just now shared was, what we can do to impact, because secondhand smokes affect us, right? Secondhand smoke is sometimes more harmful. So there are people who their family smoke, that kind of thing, and they are the secondhand smokers who are the ones who get the consequences. Like, for example, some may have, gotten lung cancer and all that. We may be because of secondhand smoke, So, and some children, it also affects their hearing. So some young children, their hearing may be affected until they have hearing impairment, So I think the message is, yes, if there's a way for us to influence smokers, like just now, what you share is that we care for your health. Yeah, I think this is a positive way. And also in a very gentle, non-offensive way. Yeah, I think, we have to see our age. If let's say we are, someone who has more experience or looks like grandma, that kind of thing, when you advise, probably people are more willing to listen. But if let's say we are younger, sometimes they may feel offended. So but of course we, if let's say it's a closer one, like our family member, then you show that you care for them. That's why you hope that they will quit. Then there will be more chance. But I think quitting smoking is like any other habit, is very difficult. So needs a lot of support. So if you're a friend of a smoker, or you're a friend or relative who smoke, I think you have to give them a very positive affirmation when you encourage them, you say that, oh, I'm so proud of you, you reduce smoking or something like that. Yeah, it needs a lot of encouragement and support for a person to quit. So I think, we are mostly non-smokers, right, in this group. So I think we try our best to show our care and concern for this, for smokers, yeah, or especially those in our family or within our circle of influence, like our friends and all that, like, and if they ever express the desire to quit, then you must encourage them, yeah, and also be journey along with them, yeah. But good effort, yeah. And also thank you for our speakers who really, yeah, gave a very good presentation, don't you think?
Thank you very much, sister.
Yeah. Any other comments from others?
Okay, if there's no other comment or questions, this session we will end here. I would like to thank again everybody for attending this session and for your kind attention lah. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Don't forget to claim your points. You'll get a lot of vouchers. Take care all. Alicia, back to you.